Let's talk about the British pound. It's up with about 1.5% when I'm doing this market update. That's the equivalent of 200 pip from Friday's close. So people are asking themselves, should we be buying or should we be selling? Well, let me show you what I think we should be doing. Okay, so you're looking right now at a pound dollar chart, right? And we're trading at 134.24, which is almost 200 pips from the closing levels we saw on Friday when the market was trading at 132.30. That's a significant rise. And from a purely technical perspective, no, it's not time to buy right now. We still remain in a downtrend with the 134.84 level being the most important one. And I do think if we are managed to roll over here, then we could easily come back to something like 33.12, and then maybe 2-3 days from now, maybe all the way down to 132.30 again. And why are people buying though? Like why are they so excited? Well, it's because Barnier is the chief negotiator on the EU side. He told EU envoys that there might be a deal between the EU and UK before the end of the week if they can sort out the problems and differences they have on fisheries. However, he also said that talks could continue until the 31st of December deadline, right? So there's nothing here 100% conclusive that we're going to get a deal. And I do think the market is a little bit ahead of themselves. Now, there's a gentleman called Søren Gade, and he's a Danish member of the European Parliament and vice chair on the committees on fisheries. And he says he does not anticipate a trade deal to be struck this year. But he does think that ultimately there will be some sort of a deal, because he doesn't think that, it's not that trade and everything in the world is going to just stop by the end of the year. And he does point out a very crucial fact, and that is that 65% of the fish that is captured by British vessels in British waters are sold to mainland Europe. So on a hard Brexit, it's likely that fish is going to be imposed some sort of a tariffs. So there will be some sort of payment and pain somewhere. And he thinks there will be a deal at one point between the EU and UK. And I think that's where we're leaning towards, that in the short period of time, we'll probably have some pain and no deal Brexit, or Australian version, as the UK, so as Prime Minister Boris Johnson would like to say. And then after that, probably is going to be some negotiations to sort things out. Now, I don't sit in government. I'm sitting here in London and just a few stations away from Westminster, but I have no clue what's going on there. And we don't really know exactly what is happening. So we might have a trade deal. And of course, if that happens, Euro GBPUSD might be trading closer to 138, 140. And from a purely technical perspective, if we indeed take out these highs, if we start to push above here, then the next major high would be 144. So things are looking really interesting from that perspective. The thing is this, though, we need to have that trade deal. And if we don't have that trade deal, we could just go back down lower again. If we were back here at something like 127.14 or so, would not surprise me at all. So what's the game plan here? Well, if you're trading this, just treat this like any other trade. It's not something we want to be too heavy on. A few days ago on December 7th, we said that people are probably going to be selling. So we said people are probably going to be selling here at 133.42 for this to go lower. And that level was here. And indeed, we went up a bit. Went up a bit with about 138 pip. But ultimately, we went down with about 209. So we got a slightly better than a 1-to-1 reward ratio there if you shorted exactly on that level that we spoke about, and as well got out at the very bottom, right? So there's opportunities to make money on this volatility, but as always, just treat it like any other trade. Don't trade too heavy, and just bear in mind that any random comment from members, either from the EU or the UK, could shift things around, which just makes it a bit difficult. And when we trade about 134.84, that might signal the end of the downtrend. And at that point, we just need to accept that this is probably not going to trade lower immediately, but it could of course just be a spike, and that is the problem with trading these volatile markets. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this market update. You know a little bit more why we're going upwards. You also know exactly what I think about that from a technical perspective. And as well, if you look through the details of what's actually being said, it's probably too early to make a hard call, a strong call, if we should be getting a deal or not. I still think there will not be a deal, but let's see. I really hope I'm wrong. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.